Welcome to Zometric Design of Experiments and Experiments Management module. As someone who has led R&D programs and Six Sigma initiatives, I've seen teams struggle with the same problem repeatedly, not because they lack data, but because their experimentation tools don't match how real engineering teams work. Traditional DOE software assumes you already know what you're doing. It expects statistical expertise up front, works as a standalone calculation tool, and stops there. But engineering reality is messier than that. Teams are distributed. People move on. Experiments happen informally before anyone opens a software tool. Zometric is built for that reality. Whether you're screening critical process parameters, optimizing operating conditions, improving product robustness, or developing better formulations, Zometric gives your team the statistical rigor of world-class DOE with the intuitive guidance that makes it accessible to the whole team, not just the Six Sigma black belt in the room. The module supports the full range of experimental designs, factorial, mixture, response surface, Taguchi, and more, organized around engineering goals, not statistical jargon. The result: faster experimentation, clearer insights, and decisions your entire organization can stand behind. Let's see it in action. Let us explore Zometric Mixture DOE workflow. Here you can view a list of all previously conducted and saved experiments. Now let's walk through the process of designing a new experiment. You have the option to either create a completely new experiment or clone an existing one. For this demonstration, we'll create a new experiment. Start by providing a name for the experiment and selecting the associated work unit. Next, define the mixture total, set to 1 by default. You can then add components and specify their respective bounds if required. Similarly, process variables can be added along with their defined limits. Once all selections are made, choose the available factorial designs, design type, and other design options. Then click Generate Design. Review the generated design. If everything looks correct, save it and proceed. The design is now saved successfully, and you can view all associated model terms. Here's where Zometric goes beyond traditional DOE tools. In most organizations, experiments don't live in one place. They're scattered across spreadsheets, emails, and the memories of people who may have since moved to another team or left the company entirely. Zometric changes that. Every experiment, its design, its runs, its results, and its analysis is saved within the platform. Someone designs the experiment. Someone else on the floor conducts the runs. The results come back into the same system. If that engineer moves on tomorrow, the insights stay. Your organization builds a living, growing body of experimental knowledge, a single source of truth that compounds in value over time. And unlike traditional tools that only work with designed runs, Zometric recognizes that valuable experiments often happen before a formal DOE is ever initiated. Historical runs, trials conducted independently, early-stage data, all of this can be brought into Zometric and combined with designed runs to build stronger, more accurate regression models. You decide which runs to include in each analysis. That flexibility is something no traditional standalone DOE tool offers. Next, let's explore a design that already includes responses for demonstration purposes. Here you can see that the responses have already been defined. Select the required model terms. By default, all terms are pre-selected. Choose the design runs you want to analyze, then click the Analysis button. This takes you to the Analysis report, which includes the fitted model and its legend, coefficient table, Pareto chart of standardized effects, residual diagnostic plots, and the ANOVA table. The module also provides several visualization tools: response trace plots, contour plots, surface plots, and overlay control charts. You also have access to what-if analysis, allowing you to explore different scenarios based on the completed analysis. The Optimisation analysis feature helps you determine optimal settings to achieve specific targets across experimental runs and outcomes. All associated runs are saved, along with relevant diagnostic data. You can also review the generated design, experimental configuration, and the simplex design plot. One thing I consistently recommend to teams adopting DOE for the first time, or scaling it beyond a specialist, is to look for tools that guide, not just calculate. Zometric is designed to walk users through each decision: what design to choose, what terms to include, what analysis to run next. It meets engineers where they are without compromising on statistical depth. Let's see that in action with Factorial DOE. We'll use a predefined experiment with 3 factors to demonstrate 3-way interaction effects. For clarity, we'll deselect the 2-way interaction terms. This means the analysis will focus only on the main effect A and the 3-way interaction. Once the analysis is complete, the results are displayed. The coefficients and ANOVA table highlight the main effects and the 3-way interaction terms. Standard plots and visualizations are also available for deeper insights. Finally, use what-if analysis to predict outcomes and optimization analysis to achieve your desired targets. If you're leading an R&D function, a quality team, or a process engineering group, and you're serious about building an experimentation culture that scales, Zometric is the platform I'd recommend. It's not just a DOE calculator. It's an enterprise experimentation system that makes statistical methods accessible to your whole team, preserves institutional knowledge, integrates historical data alongside designed experiments, and gives every stakeholder, from the floor engineer to the department head, a single place to design, execute, analyze, and optimize. Whether you're running your first designed experiment or your 100th, Zometric meets you there. Ready to experiment smarter? Let's get started with Zometric.